Hello, Elizabeth Ellis here with Phoenix Rising Signals Incorporated, and just starting this video up, actually starting it up late. Entered this short on Euro USD. Let me pull up the time that I got in so I can mark it on the chart. It was on the 54, so that would have been right here, I think. Oh, that was the 54. Well, it's interesting to me because the 54 is right there on that pop-up candle, that green candle right there, but okay, anyways, that's not important, but anyway, I got in right in here somewhere. The broker's saying on the 54th, so somebody said they just got in on the 59, that they got in late, so they got in way down here. Okay, so that dropped, and that looks really good. Everything was pointed down. Let me see here. These notifications pop up on my phone. Must have been, yeah, it was right here when I got in. So it was way up here. And the 5 was starting to tip over, or the 15 was starting to roll over here a little bit. I saw that the 30 was flat, so it was basically, it was not resisting it, and now it's completely rolled. It's completely dropped right here, because it was flat right here. It was just flat, and so yeah, and then even the 1 hour has rolled over because it was pointing up. So that's really interesting to me, because when I came back after entering the trades and saw this pointed up, I was thinking, okay, well, the 1 hour is saying not to drop too far, but you know, again, right, the 5 minute was pointed down, the 15 was pointed down, the 30 was flat, giving it permission, but the 1 hour was pointing up still. And it's so, but if you look at how far down this price dropped, I mean, this is a huge drop. You can see it maybe even more clearly on the 5 minute and the 15. You see just these long, big red candles. That is a huge drop. And it's also easily seen on the 15. Look, it just dropped right off. So now what it'll do is it will continue to drop prices until it gets ready to reverse, which will be a while. We could be downtrending for the next possibly the next 3 hours, I would say, at least minimum. And so this first trade is in the money. This second trade is about to close in the money, because in order for price to go back up, First of all, you can see the 5-minute is rolled over. It's pointed down. It's the likelihood of that just reversing. This is flat now. It could just pop up. Price could raise, but that's not going to be enough to bring it back up to this level, because with the 15 hanging down also rolled over, this green line has a lot of room to continue to drop prices. Whether or not it does that will be dependent on the higher time frame charts, and we just looked at those. If you see the 30-minute, it's pointed down. Now I can see a possible failure here to the, it wouldn't even be a failure, but a an inflection event that would could cause price to raise on this 30-minute chart, but that's going to be a while because this is a 30-minute chart, so this is a higher time frame chart. I mean, if I can get a 1-hour trade just looking at the 5-minute chart, you know, and possibly, you know, even 3-hour trades on the 15, then the 30-minute, you know, it's going to be a while, most likely. Then, you know, so if you just continue to look up these charts, look up, you know, to the next higher time frame, you can see that it's telling you which way to trade. And until this builds up the momentum to reverse this trend, we'll continue to have these little situations where there are minor retests and then the trend continues from there. If the 1, 5, and 15 do happen to signal a buy at the same time, let's say, for example, even the 30-minute is not, then you could get a buy that would be good. It just may not raise prices that much. So I'm just going to let this play out. There's about a little over 15 minutes left before this last trade closes at the 30, and right now it's 9 after. So I'll be back here shortly. I'm here still watching it. So that one closed in the money, and this is the last one right here. You can see on the chart that it's trying to build up the momentum, but it's not going to be able to do that right now. It's going to be a while before this this can break out. So this right here actually could be another signal to get in and go short. I'll mark it, and I'll also mark the bottom of this candle right here. And actually, I'm looking at this a little bit differently now that I've expanded out the 5-minute. It's really not necessary to mention though, because I already said that I am expecting this to continue to drop for a good majority of the day. I mean, it broke through the support level right here on the 15. It's there's a pullback in the that you can see by the wick on this candle, because price had gotten all the way down here, the thick body of the candle, but then it pulled back and closed, and then the next one, the next candle's been green, and it got all the way back to the open of this previous candle, but the momentum is still to the downside. So we now have a wick on top where price is beginning to drop. The candle's still green. We're right here at this level where it's deciding what it wants to do, and I did put my opinion out there that I believe this will continue to drop, And but I've been wrong before. I could be wrong this time as well, because I could be looking too far out into what I'm seeing overall. But as far as trades, and I kind of mentioned this earlier a minute ago, that there could still be, if you see on the 1, 5, and 15 that they all signal to buy, then you can still have buys. They just might not get as high up. So, but it's at that time, then you consider the higher time frame. So, by me saying that I see this downtrending for a while, it may be that I jumped the gun a little bit and tried to put out a prediction, whereas it's better to have the mindset that basically of not trying to predict what it is that what it is that you think it's going to do, or what it is that I think it's going to do. It's because as soon as a person begins to predict, they form an opinion. And as soon as they have that opinion, they limit themselves from seeing the other opinion at the same time. And it's a successful combination of both. So basically, you're balanced. Instead of leaning towards one direction or the other, you simply react to what it's telling you to do. Without the hesitation or second guessing, without the fear, without the doubt. You just see it and you do it. So right now, I can see potential upside on this, and that was the point. With the 15 showing a hinge, telling me that the momentum is weakening, there's a potential upcoming reversal. And with the 5-minute expanded, and that's what changed my view on this. A minute ago, I didn't expand it out. But I am actually seeing a buy signal on that. And apparently it looks like we are at some type of support. But the thing is you can see, after all that it's done, after all the price action that's gone on this 1-minute chart, this is as high as it's been able to get. It hasn't been able to get any higher, only this high. So basically what that's telling me is that price is not behaving well. I won't say price is not behaving. Price is behaving, but it's behaving typical of the market continuing to downtrend. If this was a true breakout, then and it's not. But if it was a true breakout, then there would be more momentum and the green candles would be bigger. So I'm always correcting my perspective, my point of view. I don't want to lean, one way or the other. I don't want to have a preference for buying or selling the market. I don't want to have a perspective of buying or selling the market. And there's a fine line between not knowing and not having a perspective, even though you know. So I know what to look for. And when I see that, I can form an opinion, but or a belief, but still with that belief, I want to be able to say that it's it can still go either way. It's about, I think I kind of lost what I was originally trying to say, which seemed a lot more, which seemed a lot stronger in explaining what it is that I'm actually trying to say here, because I don't want what I'm saying to cause any kind of second guessing or doubt or hesitating. You don't want to be in a frame of mind where you're like, I just don't know, where you're like, I'm not sure. You want to have that sureness, that confidence. But at the same time, you just want to keep your mind open, basically, is what I'm saying. You want to keep it open to receiving, so that if the chart all of a sudden tells you something, you want to be able to receive that instead of holding on to the opinion that you already have in your mind. Your mind will hold to that. It will look for that. You know, it will try to create scenarios in your mind where that is true. And you'll find yourself trading in that direction, and it may not be what the chart is saying. So that's why you want to keep your mind open to what the chart is saying. And it's really easy to do that. So anyways, price is going up here, and it just it looks a little funny to me, to be honest with you. Now if I stepped away from the chart for 5 minutes or 2 minutes, whatever, probably longer than 2 minutes, but if I stepped away for 5 to 10 minutes and came back, I might see something totally, I may have a different perspective on what it is that I'm looking at. It may be more clear all of a sudden, is what I'm saying. Like when I jumped into this trade that's about to close in the money here, when I entered up here, I hadn't been looking at the chart. I had just traded earlier this breakout at the open, and I was doing some other things. I saw this and I thought, okay, this could be a potential entry for continuation of the trend. Now, had I entered here, that would have been another 4 in the money. I saw this one here as well. I was around the chart around that time, but I also missed that one, and that one looks like it's 1703. Okay, that one was good for 3 trades. That would have been 100% in the money as well. If I would have traded 4 on that, then it wouldn't have been. It would have been at 75. It would have still been in profit, but it wouldn't have been double the profit minimum by getting that 100% win ratio. And so I saw this, and I was looking at these 2 higher time frame charts, and I wasn't like completely intently focused on it like a new trader would be, like a beginning trader, but I remember thinking that it could drop, and I was doing something else, and then I came back and I saw some red candles, so I was like, you know what, I looked at the higher time frame charts, and it looked like the 5-minute had just pointed down again, because it was sort of, if you look at the chart right now, it was sort of curled, and I wasn't sure what it was going to do. Then it pointed down. The 5 was looking stronger, or the 15 was looking stronger to the downside also all of a sudden. So I was like, I'm just going to trade this, because this is a typical of past performance. I can see the setup on here. I can see the signal on here, and so I went for it. And I'm really happy about that. Well, let's see here. Okay, so that trade just ended, and that's 100% again. I'm feeling really good about that. Okay, so I'm going to end this video. Thank you for listening, and I will see you on the next video.